And I'm introducing you to the new series. Citizen Sleeper is the 150 subscriber kickoff of a new series. And yeah, so welcome. And let's get into it. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting, minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach, and so you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dull nature of this new body. Given your current circumstances, the walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard, at the back of your face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, a retreat. A little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain, at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning, delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. You remember there were 10 of you. 10 that could no longer stand the indentured work, the routines, the slow decay. 10 whose belief in their promised future was slowly dismantled day by day until they realized they had sold away everything that could and would ever matter. 10 that would escape, or at least die trying. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers, but the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough to know that you might no longer be on the grim and heartless rock. Even if, in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into introducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not sheer warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound too, everywhere, screeching and shivering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light, white as the cold, softer and softer, until in a haze, a dirty yellow figure appears. You are out. And it begins. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit around huddled in a corner of the scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the orientarily curving element of improvised here. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, but they're still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, Sleeper, you all thawed yet? I'm debating I'm gonna try to do the character impressions. I think so, could be fun, but I don't think it's a good idea because I can't do it. But I hope you're reading this. I'll continue to debate about that later. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech. His headset with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder is one of this symbiotically linked drones perches, its piercing eye locking you with an unflinching stare. This is an old man. I like him. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment, or perhaps just figuring out what to do with it. He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, it's theirs now. And you're just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded into the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world, but as you do, you get the familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. Oh wait, this is him, my bad. That body was falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. SNOP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well then no one can. Remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on regular administrated supplements that are part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down. Separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been, and how long do you have? But for now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away, towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is the best place you can be right now. What is the eye? The station you will see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. It's an old freight container I've been using as a storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Alright, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks back into the wrecks. His drone's already converging on a rusting hulk. Plasma flashes, silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. And since I've already done this, I will be ignoring the tutorial. Oh, let's really click this, okay. You wake up, curled up in the corner of the container, and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you awaken now, strange and disjointed. Its messages readable but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blankets close against the cold. Here you are, on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? The colony, your indentured service. That's in the past now. No pointing through the fragments. You need a path ahead. A way of keeping this failing body going. That's true, I do need a way to find that out. If you can keep yourself alive, perhaps you can find a way off the station and out of the system for good. Yes, I like the way that sounds. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container: mylar blanket, bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. Dude, let's go. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like the station, but skeletal and ghostly, a web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright, polygonal shapes like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it is long after you finished drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Dragos has stood in the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and the harsh light of the corridor you realize is implanted. The drone on his shoulder, its cachet of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? The drone chirps. Dragos nods. You notice that beneath the operator rig his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So, I'm not going to chit-chat for too long. You well enough to work? Yes, I am. Alright then. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to shipyards, the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good stands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to manual labor. Obviously, I'll slip you a few chits of commission when you turn up. Yay. Shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can, and sleep as well. He trails off. But things being the way they are for me at the yard, I need the help. Okay. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Sorry. Apologies. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Looks like it's time to get to work. And for our boy, Dragos. Let's see what we got here. Let's do some work here. The +1 means that you get like a higher number than you would. It's like a little bonus. And more tutorial stuff. Okay, I know where the clock is. And then you take this, put it here, hit start action. Okay. Okay. Yep. If I just bombs with that, didn't work. Unbelievable. Hey, got some money. Which I've been getting, but you know. Man, I only got money. That's a shame. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for more Citizen Sleeper. Eventually I'll be doing live streaming this because these episodes can get very long, especially with like all the drama you get yourself into, and this is just an awesome game. I'm so hyped that I get to do a recording about it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe for more content.